my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink it.
Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video I'm going to be starting a new series on the channel. I hope that you enjoy it, but since I'm a history person, I figured that we needed to add a little history to the channel. So that's what this series is going to be. Now this isn't going to be like boring history, at least what everybody else thinks, you know, I love history. But it's going to range from like the history of different movies, and if there's like historical things in there, and talk about how they add up, some ghost things, and like the history behind haunted places. What else do I have? Just some creepy stuff, you know, some of the more cooler, creepier parts of history. So I hope that you are going to enjoy this. And I have a really good, fascinating story to start us out with. So many of you, or at least I hope, are familiar with CPR, like maybe not how to do it, but you're familiar with it. And there's a specific dummy that is used to train people. Well, I have the story of this dummy, so let's get ready to dive in. In the 1880s, there was a story about a body that was found in France in the river Seine, and it was this young girl, and nobody was able to identify her. And at the time, it was customary for corpses to be displayed in the Paris morgue for families to come and identify the bodies, and hers was never identified. So it's been rumored pathologist on duty was enamored by her look, and many have actually even compared her smile to that of Mona Lisa, which is kind of creepy considering like one is a corpse and one is a painting that was a real person. But anyway, so the pathologist on duty was so enamored with her smile, and so he wanted a wax mask made of her face. This has kind of been questioned over time because the way that her face looks isn't usually one that someone accustomed to a drowning looks like. So there's another story where the mask was actually taken of, or the mask was made from the daughter of a famous mask maker in Germany. A person who's also not been identified, but it's more fairly believed that the other one is true, the one I just told you about, the Seine. Yeah. So over time, her name has been, let me look at it because I need to pronounce it, and I am terrible at pronunciation of French, so please excuse me. I'll have it written down below so you can actually see it. It's known, or she is known as L'inconnue de la Seine, which basically translated as the unknown woman of the Seine, because she was found, she was never identified. And so then, fast forward in time to 1955, there was a famous toy maker by the name of something else that I cannot pronounce, but I'll have his name shown on the screen as well. His name was Asmund Lardal. Maybe. I don't know. I always sucked at my pronunciation in French classes. But he actually commissioned the CPR dummy, or doll, as we know it today, and whose face was used. The unknown woman of the Seine. Because he wanted the mannequins to have a natural appearance, which, you know, makes sense because that's what you're practicing on in order to save a human life, so you would want it to be as closely related to a human face as possible, so you kind of know what you're doing. So, you know, that makes sense. I forgot to mention that during the time that the unknown woman was actually first discovered, I said that many people likened her appearance to the Mona Lisa, and there was actually many recreations actually made of her face, and a lot of families actually had the mask in their homes on display. Like, just think about that. You have a mask of a person's face that was found dead hanging up on your wall. But anyway, Lardell, is that his? I'm just gonna call him Lardall. I hope that's how you pronounce it. If not, let me know. But he actually got the idea of the face of the CPR dummy from a mask that he remembered in his grandparents' house, which was, you guessed it, the unknown woman of the Seine. So he decided that that would be the face of what was known as the... Why is there so much French pronunciation in this video? The ressuscité, which is like rescued and, something like that. So that was, her face was then put on the CPR dummy, and so now basically this anonymous woman who drowned in the Seine in the 19th century has become super famous today as being the CPR dummy, and it is said that she has the most kissed face of all time. And also she has the honor of Dwight Schrute cutting her face off and putting it on his to act like Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. So I don't think that she would have thought that that would have ever happened. A quick history of the unknown woman of the Seine. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will have some other articles and stuff linked down below if you want to read further on. I don't want to give like too much information in a video and make it like drone on. I want to encourage learning because I am going to be a teacher, so I don't want to give you all the information. I want you all to find it for yourself. So I'll have some different articles and links and stuff linked in the down bar for you to check this out further. If you find out something that I didn't talk about in the video, please let me know in the comments so I can learn along with you. And I hope again that you will enjoy this series, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.
All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it.